This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Man with a link to Ronco gang shot dead by police. A man who is said to have links with the Ronco gang in Clarendon was killed during what the police describe as a confrontation with lawmen in Denby on Monday afternoon. According to the police, they responded to reports that there were 3 men behaving suspiciously in the area. As they approached, one of the men pulled a firearm from his waistband and pointed it in their direction. The police said they fired 3 shots and the armed man was hit in the upper body. A Browning 9mm pistol containing 12 rounds was recovered, the police report said. The injured man was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. He has been identified as Ordavia Simpson, also known as Squeeze from Western Park. Investigations into his death are ongoing. The 2 other men have since been identified and are said to be residents of Box Avenue in the parish. According to the police report, Simpson is no stranger to lawmen, as his name has been mentioned in connection with several robberies within the Clarendon division. It is unclear if any of these are tied to the activities of the Ronco gang, which is linked to shootings, robberies, and abductions, among other crimes in 9 parishes between 2019 and 2021. It was revealed by the police high command last week that 8 police officers are allegedly members of the Clarendon-based gang. 4 of the alleged bad cops, along with other members of the gang, were taken into custody during an operation last Friday, Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime Fitzbailey revealed at a media briefing. 3 of the other cops were already in custody, including alleged gang leader Tafari Silvera, a police constable assigned to the St. Catherine South Police. Another policeman linked to the criminal network reportedly fled the island shortly after Silvera was arrested. Long-standing feud behind the stabbing death of stepdad. A long-standing feud is said to be behind the fatal stabbing of 45-year-old Conroy Morgan, allegedly at the hands of his teenage stepson. The incident occurred at their home in Four Pads, Clarendon on Monday evening. Tensions between the 2 were reignited Monday during a heated argument over the use of the bathroom. The police say the argument reportedly escalated into a fight and that both were allegedly armed with knives, which they used to inflict stab wounds to each other. The teenager reportedly received an injury to his left hand, while Morgan was stabbed in the left side of his neck. Both were taken to hospital, where Morgan died while being treated. The teenager, who attends a high school in the parish, was treated and later taken into police custody. I'm not dead. Mandeville mayor blames a spoiled daughter for death rumor. Mayor of Mandeville and a councillor for the Royal Flat Division, Donovan Mitchell, has dispelled a rumor that was posted on social media claiming that he died. Speaking with the news at the Manchester Municipal Corporation's Road and Works Department in Mandeville, Mitchell provided clarity on how the rumor started. He said his eldest daughter started the rumor to get his attention. We have been out of touch for a little while. I know her very well, trying to get my attention, he said. I am alive and well. I am going to live until I am old enough for them to put me in a wheelchair and drive me around the communities, he added. He thanked the people locally and overseas who reached out to him. Holness to depart for U.S. reportedly to meet with Kamala Harris at White House. Prime Minister Andrew Holness will depart the island Tuesday afternoon for a working visit in Washington, D.C., United States, where he will reportedly meet with U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris at the White House. A release from the office of the Prime Minister stated that during his visit, Holness is expected to meet with high-level officials within the U.S. government and will also have discussions with the diaspora. It did not name the officials with whom the Prime Minister will be holding discussions. However, according to U.S. media reports, Harris will host Holness at the White House on Wednesday as Washington looks to strengthen relations with Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. The Miami Herald quoted a senior Biden administration official saying that the visit will underscore the importance of the relationship with Jamaica and the region to the U.S. The discussion, including the COVID-19 pandemic, economic growth and recovery, and climate and energy security, among other issues. The U.S.-Jamaica partnership is based on deep economic and people-to-people ties and a shared interest in our hemisphere. The Vice President is looking forward to strengthening this partnership during this visit and in the months and years ahead, the U.S. official reportedly said. Holness will be the second Caribbean leader to meet with Harris, who is of Jamaican descent, since she took office. Last year, Harris met with Barbadian Prime Minister Mia Mottley. The Prime Minister is expected to return to the island on April 3, 2022. During his absence, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Harris Chang, will be in charge of government, the OPM said. 1-year-old boy reportedly dies after falling from bed. The Clarendon police are investigating the death of a 1-year-old boy who is believed to have died after falling from a bed. The deceased infant has been identified as Stephen West of Pedro District, Crofts Hill in the parish. Reports from the Crofts Hill police are that about 3:30 p.m. they received a call that the infant was discovered unresponsive in bed. The body of the child was removed to the morgue pending post-mortem. Both the mother and the stepfather were taken into custody. Information is that the infant fell from the bed Sunday night but was not taken to receive medical attention. In addition, citizens in the area indicated that they would have heard the infant crying all day on Monday, a police source disclosed. The police are investigating the case as a sudden unexplained death. The incident is the second tragedy involving children to have rocked the northern Clarendon community over 2 consecutive days. On Sunday, 13-year-old Omarion Hanniford was stabbed to death. An uncle has been taken into custody in relation to his murder. Investigations into both incidents are ongoing. JTA boss warns the finance minister to pay teachers retro by Thursday. Jamaica Teachers Association President Winston Smith says he intends to hold the Finance and the Public Service Minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, to his pledge to pay teachers all their retroactive money by the end of this month. The JTA boss told the news that he had been receiving calls since last week from the association's members at some ministry-paid schools who are yet to receive retroactive sums in keeping with the recently signed heads of agreement between the Ministry of Finance and the JTA. The Minister of Finance, I have him on tape, having said that every dollar will be paid by the end of the financial year, Smith said. The 2021-2022 financial year ends on Thursday. What is happening is that between the government of Jamaica and the teachers, we are now developing a high level of trust deficit where we can no longer take the government at its word, Smith complained. He said the failure of the government to deliver on its promise would also impact his reputation. I cannot go to the teachers anymore and say, let us do this, and the government will honor, because the disappointment that the teachers are facing is just too much to bear, he charged. The JTA president said he has had to be urging teachers to show up for schools, as some have already warned that they might not turn up to work if they are not paid the retroactive sums. Smith also chided the government for failing to pay an estimated 200 to 300 teachers money owed to them for teaching during summer school last year. I want the government to pay the teachers their money. He said the teachers made the sacrifice and provided the assistance in the interest of the country and in good faith. Malahoo Fort urges colleagues to file statutory declarations by March 31. Government Minister Marlene Malahoo Fort has urged her colleagues to ensure they file their statutory declarations as the March 31 deadline looms. The Integrity Commission has warned that going forward, people who fail to submit their statutory declarations by the deadline will be referred for prosecution. Speaking at the end of a parliamentary committee meeting on Tuesday afternoon, Mrs. Malahoo Fort brought attention to the Thursday deadline, urging members to try to meet the timeline even if they have to submit a few outstanding documents at a later date. Last November, the Integrity Commission said it remained concerned about the rate of compliance by public officials with the requirement for filing their statutory declarations. It said 27,056 statutory declarations for 2020 were received from declarants up to September 30, representing a 66.89% compliance rate. Declarations were outstanding for 2 unnamed parliamentarians at that time.
Just permit me to remind all persons here who must submit declarations to the Integrity Commission, if you have not already done so, to make sure that you do so on time. And if you still have outstanding documents, just submit and then provide them later, but try to meet the timeline, please.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.